Are you wondering why your diet always fails and making your new year, new me get off to the worst possible start? Then this video is for you. So over the next few minutes I'm going to explain to you why your diet always fails in January, and it will be the reason why your diet fails any other time as well. And it will be because of these two reasons. I'm also going to give you 2 simple ways to make sure you never fail your diet again and you're always improving your health instead. So stay tuned. You might be asking, James, why are you teaching me all this? I'm a big believer in if you learn something important, you'll know how to do it for the rest of your life. It's a bit like riding a bike or driving a car. Wouldn't it be nice for you to learn how to make your very own diet that is built around your hectic work and family life, so you can play with your kids and not get out of breath, so you're not sweating profusely while sitting doing nothing? Maybe have a bit of confidence in front of a mirror and actually feel great. Because not addressing your food or exercise, you'll never reach your full potential and just generally be happy in front of your family. So doing this yourself and following my fantastic advice means you'll never be able to fail in future. You'll be able to navigate any issues or problems that may arise because you'll know what to do. That's my goal anyway. All for free, FYI. All I want you to do is sit tight for the next 12 weeks or so and act like a sponge and absorb all the fantastic information that's coming from a fully qualified evidence-based nutritionist. Quick one as well, failing's not a bad thing, providing you learn from it and action it. But if you're constantly failing and digging yourself further into a ditch with your health, well, we do then need to change something and start getting some wins. There obviously does come a time where failing is detrimental. You can't keep failing as a football team and expect people still to be positive about it. But a way to stop failing at your diet is helping you learn how to do this all by yourself, properly. Anyway, moving on. So these 2 reasons will be pretty obvious once I explain why they're actually hindering you. And they do come from a good place and kind of make sense to do by you wanting to change your body and habits instantly. Because if you look in the mirror, you don't rationally think, I want to change this in a few months. You want to change it now. But weight loss realistically doesn't work like that. Unless you want to live miserably for the next few weeks with next to no food, no social life, and a ridiculous amount of energy expenditure to do. So you likely want to lose weight as soon as possible. You'll also likely be getting, or have gotten your nutrition advice from uneducated fitfluencers, maybe even secretly on steroids to make it look like they know what they're actually doing. We also cherry pick studies and use personal anecdotes as a form of evidence. We call these people idiots. Simply speaking, to lose weight, we want to create a calorie deficit. Sound. We know that, James. But you can create one that's too large and unsustainable by simply doing too much. It might make sense for you to go on the treadmill 7 days in a row so you can burn as much fat as possible. But if your body isn't cut out for that kind of torture because it's never been accustomed to it, and quite frankly, I'm not sure what kind of body would be buzzing about doing that kind of regime. The aches and pains are going to be enough to put you off going again. Not to mention the mental impact it's going to have in other parts of your life such as work, social life and family life. You need to ask yourself, can I sustain this massive task realistically with my hectic schedule in 4 weeks' time? The answer is unlikely, so you need to find a middle ground and start off slow. Try dealing with a 5-year-old whilst chronically in pain, with DOMS and being ridiculously tired. You will not be winning any dad awards anytime soon, I can assure you. You're going to be lying in your bed in pain for 1 week straight. When you associate fat loss with that kind of torture and eventually give up, you're not going to want to do that again, are you, based on your last experience? But thankfully I have a point that's coming up to address this issue. So this next one is to do with your food. The outlook of dieting in general is overall not a good time, when I would argue it's more of a minor inconvenience. That's probably because I've got a billion ways to diet properly, with a billion recipes to make amazing food, and ways to create volume within those foods, to get as much bang for your buck in terms of calories and serving sizes. But you likely only know one way, and that's cutting out anything delicious, such as breads, pasta, crisps, chocolate, cake, ice cream, pizza, burgers, fruit and vegetables for some people. Does a diet that restricts any of the above ring any bells that you've had to follow in the past? Because I do feel sorry for you. Over-restricting yourself is a thing of the past, or it should be anyway. And a life without things like crisps and burgers is not a life worth living, in my opinion. I would rather die fat at 50 playing with my man boobies than never eating my favourite food again. If there is anyone out there pushing and advising you to restrict food without a genuine reason, I would be asking myself, could I not eat this food for the rest of my life? Because I am going to guess no. A genuine reason for you to avoid some foods could be you can't stop eating them once you open the packet, so you would avoid them because of that issue, not because they cause inflammation. So restricting food that you don't need to isn't a good idea. But maybe learning about moderation is a better lesson for you. You'll be glad to know that you can lose weight eating tasty foods and not over-restricting yourself. Because there are ways to lose weight whilst including foods you enjoy. Don't believe me because it sounds too good to be true. Fortunately, I don't spout nonsense like other people who restrict food. So what you could do is do me a favour and click on the link below and I'll show you 31 ways in 31 days on everything you need to know about losing weight in 2025. It is free, you know. And if it's not for you, you can just unsubscribe. Anyway, you should never begin a diet expecting to lose weight, because this venture of eating better and exercising shouldn't be temporary. Health should arguably be something you're consciously addressing for the rest of your life if you want to live a long and healthy life to see your kids and grandkids grow up. You shouldn't pick up and drop your health like it's a hot tie, and you'll also be missing out on the incredible benefits that eating well and exercising provides. So how do we get you succeeding in your next diet? For that I'm going to show you how to build your own diet around your own unique, bespoke, hectic life rather than the other way around in an upcoming video. But for now, I think generally speaking you need to change your views on what a diet is. Like, instead of it being habitual and mindless eating, or whatever it is that you want to call it, view it instead almost like a hobby. To get really good at it, you need to give it time and attention. Like a relationship or having a puppy. You get what you put into it. You don't really get fat in a relationship by neglecting it. And if your puppy poops and pees everywhere because you don't train it, what are you expecting? The same goes for food. If you don't put conscious effort into it, what are you really expecting? Because the amount of effort you've put in it right now hasn't got you anywhere. And guess what? Unlocking a balanced diet with exercise is the best thing you can do for your body and mind. Many of today's personal problems could be solved by addressing the two. Without doing either, you have never been at your happiest for your partner, your kids, your friends, your dog, your health, your work. You name it. The issue that comes with it being a hobby is the first 6 months to a year are usually the worst. It's the time that there are the most opportunities and excuses to give up and never return to it again. Does this sound familiar? So, to get over that, we're going to make goals that are so easy that you cannot fail. There are a lot of variables stopping you, but hard work is not one of them. Simple goals like drink more water, eat more protein, going out for a walk, 7 home cooked meals a week, more fruit and veg. All so easy they are embarrassing if you fail, and they aren't difficult. You add something like that every week to your life, you'll have 52 new small habits at the end of 2025. Imagine the new person you'll be. Like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3. These changes might not have you losing weight, but at least you'll have 52 new habits that will make it easy for you as and when you decide to give it a conscious go, with a potential coach by your side. Details below. And that, my friend, is something you should celebrate, which leads me on to my next point. If you think on average you'll live around to about 80, give or take, maybe push that to 90 nowadays. Most of that life, especially in your most rewarding years, is when you have young kids and are the most physically able, arguably. It shouldn't be wasted trying to lose weight, especially if, for the most important parts of your life, it is unsuccessful weight loss. There are many people out there whose weight fluctuate on a year-to-year basis, chasing weight loss. They never fully grasp long-term rate manipulation, but I am here to change that. Because imagine all the energy you've put into trying to lose weight, you can then give it your family, your work and your kids. And if you listen to me, the energy you put into your next goal will be the minimum amount required to achieve it. And when you do that, we'll celebrate that occasion. Because it is important when you're carrying out something like changing your life for the better, you celebrate your small wins. You are literally changing your life for the better. So it needs to be celebrated to keep motivated for your next goal, to then celebrate that again. What else in life is there to do if we don't live with a massive smile on our face most of the time? If your goals are so easy they're embarrassing to fail, you should be winning and celebrating a lot, and leaving a lot of other people out there trying to change your body in your dust. Like a hobby, you'd keep track of all these celebrations, because it keeps you in check, and it also allows you to look back on how far you've came, but it also helps by reviewing your progress, or how you're doing in some way. Or if you have someone else overseeing your progress, such as a coach, they'll be keeping you in check and doing all the reviewing for you, and they'll also tell you a time when to celebrate and when to dig in. In future you will thank you for it, because the way society is going right now in general, you've got a rough few years ahead as an elder if you don't exercise and eat well just now. If you're here, you've probably not had many wins in the past. So to help out, I've got an email campaign in the description below. 31 ways in 31 days to try and help you lose weight. It's completely free, and if it's not for you, all you need to do is unsubscribe. But I'm also creating 12 videos that I know so far on how you can create a successful 2025 in terms of health. It'll be geared towards weight loss, just like the emails, but it's for anyone struggling in general. So stay tuned. As for what else I've got on offer, I don't think you can truly grasp a diet until you've watched this video here on why diets fail and how we overcome these issues. So give it a go. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.